What is going on, Skull family? I'm Kyle,
I'm Darin.
and this is the Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast. The Minnesota Vikings,
Can't be beat.
Minnesota football Vikings, have won 4 games in a row and have knocked off 2 playoff potential teams. What are we doing right now, Darin? What are we doing?
Not only are we knocking off playoff potential teams, we're doing it with no one at quarterback, essentially.
Uh, Literally, you or I are playing quarterback for the Minnesota
I
Vikings right
mean,
now, and they're
it's
winning football
crazy.
games.
Yeah, it's just wild, man. Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, if you were tuning into the Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast, we are part of the Let's Skull Network. My friend Darin and I sit down every week and we talk about our favorite football team that always seems to disappoint us, but then somehow gets our hopes up. I don't know how they're doing it right now. Each and every week. If you're finding us on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are over 140 subscribers on
Oh,
YouTube. And then if you are following us on the podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon, please make sure follow along to the show and then rate and review. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And then if you are following on YouTube with the video, drop us a nice skull in the comments there. And we got to get the skull going right now with 4 games in a row with 1 to go. There we go. Darin, whiteout game. You were there. Our Minnesota Vikings won 23-10. Talk to me about the whiteout experience for you and your family as you went to this game.
yeah, man. It was amazing. We had 9 tickets. So I got the 4 season tickets, and we were able to find 3 on one side, 2 on the other. So we had 9 in a row, which was super fun. Um, and it was one of those games, like we bought our tickets at the start of the year, so they were pretty expensive because I think everyone thought this was going to be like a possible game that decides the division.
Hmm.
And obviously, rolling into the game, the Lions are hanging on by a thread. The Vikings are out of the playoffs. So even if you wanted to sell your tickets, you're probably talking, pennies on the dollar to sell them. So I think
Gotta go.
there's a ton of people showed up, which was awesome. The crowd was electric. Everyone wore white. It was an amazing atmosphere. It felt like a game that mattered
Hmm.
because there were so many Vikings fans there. So that right off the bat made it super fun. And we walked down. We got close to the field, so the kids could kind of see the players up close. And what was great is a gentleman walked right by me and just saw me holding my kid, and he's like, "Hey, I got 2 field passes. You want to bring your kid down there?" I'm like,
Let's go.
crazy. Didn't catch his name, but if by chance you're a subscriber, man, that you made my kid's day because
Let's go.
got down on the field. You got up close to a couple of the Lions guys, and it was actually kind of fun. The United States junior team was down on the field right in front of us, so you got to see all the guys. I pointed out the Minnesota Gopher hockey coach is the coach of the team, so you got to see him up
Nice.
close, and so it was just really cool experience being on the field, see all those players, how big they are.
Hmm.
And then it was fun because we went back and kind of just shuffled the passes between everyone, like all the kids in the family. So
Oh,
all the kids got to
fantastic.
go down on the field and kind of experience that, which was amazing way to just start the day. So
Oh, how
again, shout out to the guy who gave us those passes because I mean that really made the kids' day. So
How cool is that? I remember last year when my dad and I went to that Packers game and we got
yeah,
a chance to go out on the field before the game and it's just a different element down there. I
for
mean, it just
sure.
really like brings into full spectrum like what these players take in each and every week when they're out on there and just how big
Yeah.
US Bank Stadium is. I mean,
When
when
you
you're
stand down and you look around, it's really amazing to be on the field and just see how big the place is.
absolutely. And then, the noise capacity in there. I mean, you
Yeah.
just think about what these players go through as they're down on that field playing football, a
Yeah.
game that, we played as kids. They're playing for a living, and it's a pretty cool experience. So, I will say, on the broadcast on the TV, it seemed like the crowd was into it. It seemed like the
Big
the
time.
seats were filled, white out everywhere that you
Yeah.
looked on that field. I got to ask you about the halftime show, man. Was that not just an experience of a lifetime for you?
Dude. I mean, obviously, like growing up in the 90s, early 2000s,
Oh
like
yeah.
Snoop Dogg, like that's right in the wheelhouse, man. So yeah, knew all the words to all the songs he's singing, but then just like it was the grouping of singers
Oh
they
yeah.
had on there. To me, I was like, this is so weird,
Hmm.
but it works
It
so
was so
well.
perfect. Yeah.
It was like it just yeah, I couldn't imagine this group of people singing together. And then they brought it all. It was amazing. Yeah,
And I feel
what a
like it
fun
just
show.
it checks so many boxes for
Yeah,
everybody in that stadium. You had the
absolutely.
old, you had the young, you had the country, you had
They're right.
the classic Christmas
Yeah,
singer
yeah.
there. Some of them I knew, some of them I didn't know, but it was I think anybody watching that found something that they could
It was
connect to.
so entertaining. Like
And
one of
then
the
like
best halftime shows I've ever seen. It was only 10 minutes long, 15,
yeah. And then,
it's
like you
crazy.
said, when they came together at the end there, I was just like, "What is this compilation of people right now?" It's Snoop's in the middle.
Yeah,
It was too
just
perfect.
so funny. Yeah, it was great. It was
All
great.
right. Well, let's get to the game. The Vikings they beat the Packers 23-10, eliminating the Packers from playoff
The
contention.
Lions.
So check and check.
Eliminating the
Lions, sorry, not the
Lions. Yeah.
Packers.
Yeah.
Packers is next week. Uh,
Yeah.
Li- Eliminated the Lions from playoff contention. We usually kick off with the offense. I don't know if that's the right route for the Purple Dopes today. Let's
I don't know how you don't just throw props straight up to the defense. I
let's
mean,
let's kick it
all
off with the
around.
defense, man.
Yeah.
Our defense. 6 turnovers during that game, 2 INTs, 4 fumbles. I mean, what was your kind of takeaway there as you're watching our defense really dismantle a Lions offense that had been averaging close to 30 points and 300 yards a game?
It's just pure dominance. I mean, Jameer Gibbs didn't have a touchdown against us this year. I think what he again had nothing. I think on the year would he have like 60 yards or something like that?
Yeah,
Like
I think he had 66 yards this game, and then I think he had 24 yards. Yeah, less than 100.
it was just insane to bottle like that offense is stacked, man. Like it's the same guys now. They're without Ben Johnson this year, but it's the same guys, and they weren't getting anything going. And
Yeah,
they had that fourth down touchdown where the guy goes in traffic, leaps up, and makes a great catch. Where it's like
yeah,
without that, we're looking at 7 games in a row without giving up a passing touchdown. I mean, our
absolutely.
defense has just been playing lights out. And what did I see? The Lions had 8 turnovers all season long
Yeah,
going into that game, and we turned them over 6 times.
6
I
times.
mean, absolutely dominating performance. Van Ginkel just doing Van Ginkel things.
Love that guy.
Got
Flying
Harry
around.
the Hitman, came out, had a sack early in the game, and then he got that pick, which I mean, the fans were psyched when Harry got that pick, man. It
Oh, the
was,
team was psyched. I don't know if you
yeah.
saw the team on the
Oh, I saw, yeah.
sidelines doing
It
their
was
little
wild.
bow down to Harry. I mean,
Yeah,
he was looking like the Harry of old. I mean, literally, I heard KOC talking after the game, like, we're kind of nudging him, like, dude, if you're still loving this, like, what are we doing talking about retiring? I mean,
that's just it. I mean, and I know there's been some I've seen on social media. There's some people saying he's got to hang it up. I don't really understand it because compared to every other safety on our team,
yeah,
he's legit.
for
Like
sure.
there's no one else on the team that plays like him.
Hmm.
And it goes beyond the play style, like we've touched on before. He's really that captain on the D that will get everyone set in the right spot and just make sure the D is flowing like it
For
should.
sure.
So yeah, I mean, I'm with KO, man. If Harry wants back in, man, we'd love to see him out there because
Well, yeah, and I mean, like you said, it wouldn't necessarily need to be an every snap kind of
for
guy,
sure.
but I mean, just
Yeah,
his leadership, his perseverance, his determination, like that guy's work ethic, second to none. I love him out there, and I mean, if it is for him, I said something after the game like he should go in the Ring of Honor after
immediately.
after the
Yeah.
Packers game. But if it is another one, I mean, I think he's still got some. Obviously, he's still got
There's
some
juice in
legs
the
legs
tank.
left. Yeah, I mean, he's still got
And the
something
way
there.
this season is ending, it feels like we're ending on a crescendo where it's like, oh man, like I know everyone wants the better draft pick and everything, but going into next year, feeling like we're upward
Yeah,
trajectory, like that would be amazing. So, love to have Harry back, but again, he's earned the right to do what he wants to do here in the off season, and definitely an all-time great Viking,
yeah,
Hall of Famer. So yeah, he was great out there, but again, just all around the defense, like everyone was flying around.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, just the overall effort there was purely just amazing to watch.
So I want to talk a little bit because you know end of a career on the spectrum there with Harry Hitman. I want to talk about the beginning of this guy's career, Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner, 5 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 tackle for loss. Are
Yeah.
we finally seeing what Dallas, like what that first round draft pick was used for on this guy, Dallas Turner?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, and you look back over the last, probably the last half of the season, like you've seen really good games coming out of Turner. And I know a lot of people, similar to when JJ's playing good games against, we'll call it bad defenses, people want to kind of bring him down still.
Hmm.
I'm more of a, let's enjoy it for what he's doing. We're seeing progress. And it's been pretty consistent, in
Yeah.
my opinion, here this back half of the season. So, maybe it just took him a little bit of time to kind of get used to the scheme and the speed
Yeah.
of the NFL. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing, and I'm excited to see what Dallas Turner can do come next year. And quite frankly, like him, taking this step gives us options in the offseason in terms of
Exactly.
guys we want to cut, or
Yeah.
moves we want to make. So having him turn out to be a player is going to be nothing but good things for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's exactly what came to my mind was it's great to see him kind of stepping into a role where maybe he could be a full-time guy because I think like you said, it gives us options. He's a younger guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you said, he may
still
need.
cheap.
Yeah, he's still cheap. May have needed just a little bit more time to kind of figure out Flores' scheme, but really, I was impressed with him out there. He's flying around. I saw an image of him like I don't know if you saw it. Goff was running and Turner's like jumping over a guy, and they said it's a lion after a gazelle right there, and it literally looked
Yeah,
like him. He looked like this giant of a man kind of coming down on Goff. So
that's awesome.
I was really impressed with him, and I think you're right. Continue to take those steps with him. Gives us lots of options in the offseason. Speaking of offseason options, Brian Flores, man, what are we going to do? How do we keep him as the defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings? Because let's be real, the
We need
reason
him.
we're winning these games is not based on our offensive performance, but our defense has been keeping us in games and winning games the last four here. What do we got to do to keep this guy as our defensive coordinator?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's going to just come down to money. Like
Yeah.
for him, he needs to be paid like a head coach. So
Hmm.
I hope that, I read this morning on Pro Football Talk that the Vikings are currently negotiating,
Good.
a deal with him to try to keep him around because his deal does end at the end of the year.
Hmm.
Obviously, we've talked about Flores. He wants to be a head coach.
Yeah.
My opinion is, I think he's going to try to find the right fit and
Yeah.
not jump at the first chance.
Hmm.
And part of that, in my opinion, is this will be his second time around. I don't think coaches get a third chance. So
Yeah.
I think you need to make sure you're going to the right situation,
Yeah.
and whatever that might be. I don't know what jobs are going to be available. But if you're the Vikings, I think you got to do everything you can to keep him. And I think for the most part, it's going to come down to money,
Yeah.
just because can't make him a head coach, but you can do everything but that. And so
Hmm.
hopefully they're serious about that, and see the value that he brings to the organization.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't seem like he's unhappy in Minnesota. I mean, it
No.
it, it doesn't seem like at this point, unless he's just a really good putting on a really good show for the fans. But man, he's flying around on those sidelines. He's excited for those guys when they're doing things. So I really think he's
Yeah.
invested in this defense and what he's done. So I think you're right. I mean, I do know that Brian Flores should be a head coach in the NFL,
Yeah.
but maybe this year isn't the time to do it. And, maybe we get another year with him. And
Yeah.
hopefully, our offense comes along with what our defense has been able to do the last 2 years.
That's just it. And culturally, like KOC's built up a great culture around the organization. And I
Yeah.
think Flores sees that. He likes the fit.
Hmm.
Um, again, he's got little kids. They're probably going to school around here. So
Good
that,
point.
it's not gonna just decide it, what he does. But I think that's a factor. Like
Hmm.
if his family's happy, if he likes the job, if he's compensated well, that might be enough to keep him
For
around
sure.
until if he's got a team or two in mind that he really wants to
Yeah.
coach,
Good point.
maybe he'd wait around for that.
Yeah.
So
Good point.
again, that's all speculation on our part, but hopefully the Vikings, put a lucrative financial offer in front of him and keep
Yes.
him around.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, do you know how the cap is impacted by coaches?
I don't believe it is. I
Yeah,
think
I
you
don't
can pay
think
a
so
coach
either. So
whatever
I
you,
think,
yeah, you can pay a coach whatever you want.
I think you're exactly right on that one. So I think, the Wilfs, they do have those financial resources.
Yes,
Let's
they do.
let's make this kind of a two-headed dragon here of Flores and KOC, even if that
Absolutely.
means we got to pay Flores like a head coach, which he deserves it. So,
Yeah, he does.
but let's talk about our guy. Every week we talk about him. Will the Thrill.
I mean, it's unreal, man. Like I was telling you, like we're at the game. He's going on for his first 50 whatever yarder, and I'm just like, there's no way he's gonna miss this. Like I'm talking to my nephew right next to him, like I guarantee he makes this kick. Like there's
Yeah.
just no way. right
Yep.
down the
And he
right.
sets the Vikings single season record for most 50-yarders, and he's still got a game left to go.
It's crazy.
I mean, just to have that confidence, and we've said it over and over again, to have that confidence in your offense where if you get us on the other side of the 50, there's a shot we're going to take a field goal here. Like,
Oh,
and
100%.
there's a
I
good
mean,
chance it's going to go in.
uh,
Um,
hell, we had one. I think we punted. It was fourth down. I think we were
yeah,
at the 49.
I know
And I'm
exactly what
like,
you're talking
kick
about.
it,
Yep.
kick it. This would be the NFL record.
Yep.
Just kick it.
I know
Like it.
exactly what you're talking about. I thought that same thing. I think Brosmer took a sack on that
Yep.
one, and
Hmm.
so I think it put us a little bit too far out. But I was thinking that same thing. I mean, if we didn't get it, I think we should
Let's
have
just
kicked it.
try it. Let's just
Yeah,
see what happens.
yeah,
Yeah,
go for a
because
68, 69, 70-yarder. Why not?
let's
So
get him the record. I
at
think
that
what
point,
Cam Little made a 68 yarder this year,
yeah.
so I think that's the record right now. So
Absolutely. Well, Will the Thrill, you continue to be the highlight of the Minnesota Vikings. Pay that man whatever he needs.
how is he
Let's
not in the
build.
Pro Bowl? By the way, are you kidding me
Oh
on this
goodness
Pro Bowl
gracious!
voting? Like
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I just think if we're looking on guys to max contract, pay as much as they want, we got to start with Will the Thrill. Let's build
Yeah,
around that guy. Like let's build
absolutely.
build the whole thing around Will the
I
Thrill. So
mean, starting positions, we'll call it the 30 to 35 yard line. You basically need 20 yards to be in field goal range.
yep,
So what a
that's it.
weapon.
That's it.
Crazy.
Well, we don't have a ton to talk about offensively because let's just get real. 51 yards from Brosmer, 9 of 16. He actually had negative passing yards in the fourth quarter. Don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I
Um,
did. I did. I
I
think
just,
net passing yards for the game as a team, I believe, was also negative
yeah,
or
I
close to.
just think for us, we got to go up and get a backup quarterback that is
Yep.
able to step in and win, not just win us games, but like offensively put us in place to win games. Because if it
Yeah.
wasn't for 6 turnovers on our defense, I mean, we're not in that game. So I think one of our priorities, uh, one, is JJ McCarthy our guy? But number two, we got to get a viable backup in there that we know can step in and make plays, put us in position to score touchdowns.
100%. And, starting with the JJ McCarthy one, I would say yes, he's coming into next season for sure on the team, but like he'll
Yes.
likely be slotted as our number one, quarterback.
Yeah.
People might be mad about that, but I think we've seen enough of growth these last few weeks where it's like the kid clearly can play.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of kind of putting things together in the offseason for him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People might be upset about that, but I think McCarthy's still the guy. And again, if you're going to argue with me, then it's like tell me the alternative to McCarthy then,
Yeah.
because you're not going to find a bona fide starting quarterback that can lead you to a Super Bowl just sitting on the street.
Yeah.
So you can either give up a ton of assets to try to get some guy like again Joe Burrow,
Joe
okay,
Burrow.
maybe, but he's older. He's as if not more injury prone than JJ.
Yeah.
So again, there's not a perfect situation out there. So I think JJ is the guy coming in. The other name I'm going to throw out there, Carson Wentz. Like I think
Mm.
he'd love to stick around Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota guy.
Hometown team. I'm fine with Wentz as a backup. The arm
Yeah.
strength is there. Obviously, like I don't want him starting for our team long term, but
Yeah.
like if he has to fill in for 2, 3 games again, like I think he's good enough to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but Max Brosmer, I mean, Sky Uma, love you, Max, but man, I think you're practice squad guy, and
Yeah.
maybe you learn while you're there, but
That's
man, it was brutal to watch. Just, when you're at the game, you could see the guys breaking open, and it was miss after miss. Like he just was late on everything. So
Yeah, I mean, I love the story. Love
for
the
sure.
hometown kid. Obviously, got a big ovation from the Minnesota crowd during the game on that entrance.
Yeah,
But I think you're right. I think at this point he's probably a practice squad guy, which is fine.
totally fine.
Especially undrafted free agent, you make a roster on the practice squad. That's pretty cool for you. You got to start a couple times. You got your shot. But for right now, where he's at,
Yeah.
I just don't think the reads are there. It was nice to see him kind of get out, make a couple first downs with his legs. But yeah, I mean, aside from a couple throws to JJ there, where you were like, that's JJ Justin Jefferson making that catch, not Max
Yeah.
Brosman making that throw. It was pretty rough. It was a pretty hard watch offensively. But
Yeah.
then we do get that electric play from our boy Jordan Addison.
Oh my
Goes,
gosh, that
what does
was
he go?
wild.
65 yards down the sideline on that end
Yeah.
around and scores a touchdown. I could only
Really
imagine
showed the
the
afterburners there. I didn't think he had that speed anymore, but that was kind of fun to see him kick into high gear.
I could only imagine as I listened to the broadcast, as Paul Allen's kind of, you can, I love Paul Allen because as the play progresses, you can hear the excitement getting louder and louder in his
Yeah.
voice. But I can only imagine in the stadium as well, as he breaks around that corner. You're like, oh, he could get a first
Oh,
down.
there's
Oh, he
no.
could get 25 yards. Oh, he could get a
Yeah.
touchdown, and then
When
he
he broke the
does.
corner, you're like, there's no one there.
Yeah.
Like, and then, props to, I don't know who the safety was on the Lions team, but that was a great angle of pursuit he took on him. But yeah, Addison had the dive into the end zone from about the
Oh, what a
40-yard
shot
line.
too! I mean, that shot of him going over the pylon, kind of turning sideways, was
Yeah.
just like
Just
that's
had like corner of the ball kind of
yeah,
go over the top of the corner of the pylon. It was really cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
great
so
play by Addison. Great call by KOC,
yeah,
knowing that we need to do something to shut the door on these
for
guys.
sure.
So that was a perfect play call. So
Well,
yeah,
and
love to
knowing
see it.
that it wasn't going to come from the arms of Max Brosmer. I mean, really,
Yep.
KOC realized that,
Yep.
I think,
KOC
and
by that point knew like we got to dial up some kind of trickery here. So that was
yeah, and
great
I
to see.
think, I mean, I noticed, for me, KOC really leaned on the run a lot, even though I wouldn't say the run was like, working aside from that.
Yeah.
But, guys continuing to lean on the run, continue handing the ball off, not putting it in Max's hand to make the big play. Except for that, he did make that big play on third down to Jefferson, which was cool. But
For
once
sure.
again, that was a Justin Jefferson catch rather than a
Exactly.
Max Brosmer throw.
Well, and I think again, I've already seen some of the people like they're saying Flores should be the head coach, get rid of KOC. Like, I just again want to like I'm going to give KOC props here because he did as a coach, you need to make adjustments in a
Yeah,
game. And
yeah,
he realized, look, if I'm just going to put the ball in Max Brosmer's hand, it's
yeah,
going to be sack after sack and probably lead to turnovers.
yeah.
Run the ball, punt it. Like Ryan Wright had a great game punting. Like,
He did.
let's just like slow the game down. Defense is playing great, and
Hmm.
he relied on the defense to win him the game. And so again, that's Flores getting most of the credit. Where yeah, I think that's deserved.
Yeah,
Let's not lose sight that KOC understood like the right way to win this game, and he called it great because he
he did.
knew what he had at quarterback and that it was not something where you're going to throw the ball 30 times. It's
Yeah,
10 to 15 throws and run the ball.
and maybe we're seeing a little bit of the evolution of KOC here, because I don't know that this is the KOC we saw at the beginning of the season. I really think he was trying to push the envelope offensively, maybe a little bit
Sure.
too early,
Yep.
but kind of going to that, hey, I'm going to dumb down the playbook, but then continuing to adjust and adjust and adjust. I think we're seeing kind of a little bit of the evolution of
Yeah.
KOC as a head coach as well. And, maybe that trust in Brian Flores is continuing to grow as well, where he's going, okay, I know our defense can make stops, make plays, and there
Yeah.
could be some little PTSD from that first season when they couldn't stop anything,
Yeah.
that he still has to adjust to. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, KOC is our head coach moving forward. I just really hope that Brian Flores is alongside him in that journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, again, let's get that deal done. Whatever you have to do, Wilfs,
yeah.
because Flores is a massive part of the team.
Well, you mentioned a little bit earlier on your kind of take on JJ McCarthy. It hasn't been said or not if he's going to be playing or not this week. He does have the small fracture in his hand. You don't feel like him not playing in that last game impacts anything moving forward into next season?
So no, I want him to play because I want to see the reps.
Yeah,
But obviously, if he can't grip the ball, don't put him in there, right? Like
yeah,
let's
for
set him up
sure.
for success.
Yeah,
So he's got to be healthy to play. But I would say if he doesn't, no, he's still on his rookie deal.
yeah,
So unless he's part of like a massive trade package for another quarterback,
yeah,
um, I don't know why people would be like, we don't want him as the starter. Like
yeah,
I think we've seen good things come from him,
yeah.
and let's see, I see him continue to grow in that position and kind of build on the things that he's kind of done the last 3-4 games that he's played.
Yeah, for me, I think I would like to see a little bit more competition when it comes to
100%.
training camp. I know you mentioned Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz is a viable backup in the NFL. It'd be nice to bring in a guy, and I don't know who that is, that might come in there and just push him a little bit, maybe a little bit younger legs, where he knows that, hey, I got to prove myself a little bit. And I feel like, his last, 2 games, he was really trying to prove himself, and he did. I feel like we
Yeah.
saw some really good things out there. It's just disappointing that we have to sit now the last 2 games of the season and not be able to see that progression come. Because I know you and I both said like progression is key when it comes to JJ McCarthy moving into the offseason as our starting quarterback. So if he
Yeah.
doesn't play, for me, I would like to see, maybe bring in a younger veteran guy that's going to push him a little bit to
What
make it.
about an older veteran guy?
Who do you got?
Kirk Cousins?
I mean, you like that? I mean, I would love to see Kirk Cousins come back
It
home
would
and finish his career
be
in Minnesota. I don't know
I,
where he's at, from a financial point, because I know Kirk, man, he knows how to
he
negotiate
likes
and
to get
get
his
some
money. That's the one thing about Kirk. I would be surprised if he would come back on a 1 year
10-year 10 mil or something.
10 million to,
Yeah,
to be, potentially backup. Like I think Kirk wants to play.
for
So
sure.
I think again they would say we're coming in with like a open competition now.
Mm,
Again, even in that case, I think everyone's rooting for JJ. So
yeah.
how open is the competition? Who
I
knows?
mean,
But
I love
just
me
a
some
name
Kirk.
that I thought is it's
Yeah.
a little bit curious.
Well,
So
I know, like, I mean, Mac Jones has been thrown around out there. I've heard Jameis Winston. I've heard Russell Wilson. I've heard all those guys mentioned. And so, I don't know. It'll just be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, the front office knows what they're doing and they're working with a lot more dollars than we know what makes sense. But
yeah,
I just feel like for me, it would be good to see a guy that's going to give him a run for his money out there, really just
yeah,
to push him. Because I feel like this past offseason, we ran him one series in the preseason, and then that was it. He was kind of just given everything, saying, "Hey, you're going to be our guy." It would be nice to have him prove to not only the organization but Vikings fans that I want to be the quarterback, and here's why. So we can go into the season next year going, okay, we're behind
yeah.
JJ. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have no worries about like his work ethic in the off
No.
season,
Yeah.
nothing like that. Like I think he's gonna put the time in, but it comes, you have to see it on the field. So
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I would love to see someone that pushes him and
Mm.
because again, we're built to win right now. And
Yes.
again, we'll see what kind of moves we make in the off season, but we are built to win now. So it
Yeah.
would be great to see us back in the playoffs. And again, like the NFC right now, it feels wide open.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like like the NFC West obviously has three great teams, but it just feels like it's pretty wide open in the playoffs. I don't know who's going to come out of it. So it
Yeah, I mean,
feels
you and I were kind of talking earlier. I mean, before the show started, like if we look at 3 wins, if we go Falcons, Steelers, and pick,
Packers. Like we still have
yeah,
the Packers left. If we'd have beat the Falcons and the Steelers,
yeah. I mean, we're
and
right in
then
the
we
mix
we'd be
there
playing to get into the playoffs right now.
with literally no one at quarterback all season. I mean,
Yep,
an unknown at quarterback every week is a question mark. I mean, the fact that we're talking we win 2 of those games we lost very close, which could have went our way had we had a viable quarterback.
for
We're in
sure.
the playoffs, and so I just think, like you said, the pieces are there for this team, and we just got to get somebody who can get back there and we can trust. And obviously, the injuries just killed us this year, not having consistent offensive line play,
Yeah.
as well as some other injuries. But we'll see what happens. Every year it's something new, and every year is our year when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings. So,
Absolutely.
all right. Well, last thing here when it comes to this game, Jefferson gets 30 yards. He leads our team in receiving. He's 50 away from 1,000. I just feel like against the Packers, let's just feed him. Give him
Feed
25
him.
targets. Yeah.
Yep. Feed him no matter what. Like there are ways to get short passes in his hands. If he has
Yeah.
to get 30 catches for 50 yards, let's just do it that way now. Because let's get him
100%.
2,000 no matter what.
Yeah, we got to. We got to.
Yeah.
Well, which leads us into our Purple Dope Hope segment presented by 612Tees. 612, great Minnesota apparel company. Minnesota True and True. They are from Minnesota. They produce Minnesota clothes. Use Purple Dopes 25, all one word. Get yourself 25% off your first order. What are your Purple Dope hopes as we head into our final game of the season against the Packers?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, there's not a lot to play for. Like, the Packers are in the playoffs no matter what. We're out of the playoffs no matter what. But again, you still want to see the team go and perform.
Yeah,
So one, it would be great if JJ plays. Now again, I only want to see him play if he is healthy enough to throw the
for
ball
sure.
around. So if we see JJ out there again, you just want to. hope to see him progress, especially like compared to the last Packer game. It'd be great to see him go out and
Hmm.
put a few hundred yards on the board. Um, but really, my hope is let's get Jefferson to 1,000. Like,
Absolutely.
let's get him to 1,000 yards. Let's feed him any way we have to, and then let's just see the D go out there and do what the D does
Yeah.
because they're playing at a different level right now. So I'd love to see him go around and you know put a couple of big hits on Jordan Love and
Or
yeah,
Malik Willis. I mean,
Malik Willis, whoever plays, I don't care. But
Jordan
yeah,
Love is
let's
out this week, so I'm assuming that Jordan Love will probably sit until playoffs
see. Yeah, it seems like they're gonna rest some
with the
guys because
concussion.
I'd be like they're in the playoffs. I don't think they
Yeah.
care if they're gonna play the Bears or the Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
both games will be on the road. So,
yeah,
um, no, my hope centers around our superstar Justin Jefferson. We got to get him to 1,000 yards this season. We got to have something that to hang our hats on as far as we
right.
got the will the thrill his record. Let's get Justin Jefferson that streak
He
continued
did
so
he
he.
did pass Randy Moss for most receiving yards
That's true.
through the first 6 years of playing. So again, and I just beyond our hopes, I want to just shout out Justin Jefferson because man, what a leader. Like I
Absolutely.
know there's been talk
Thank you,
like
man. Thank
Jefferson's pissed and he wants to lead. Like no, he is being a great leader and a great
you.
teammate,
Yeah.
and it's been just amazing to watch him because nobody's more frustrated than him.
Yeah.
He wants to win. He wants to catch balls. He
Yeah.
wants everything, like going like it did last season. Didn't go that way.
Yeah.
And he's positive and he's just being a good teammate and helping
Yeah.
kind of coach guys along. So
In a
really
down year,
props to him.
this is exactly what you want to see out of your superstar.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
get continuing to stay positive in the locker room, continuing to be encouraging in his interviews, and yeah, we want to see him frustrated a little bit out there, but we don't want to see that
Sure.
frustration spill out into the diva mentality that we have seen in past
Yeah,
Vikings receivers. Like he's frustrated because he wants to win, but that frustration is not impacting the way that he's leading this team, which I think we can, say kudos to Justin Jefferson and continue to
yeah,
stamp of approval on his name, his extension, his money, his role on the Minnesota Vikings offense for sure. So,
absolutely.
all right, man. Well, let's move into the Packers game this week. Packers, like you said, clinched a playoff spot. It'll be the Eagles. It'll be the Bears. They could still win the North if the Bears
They
lose
have to
out and
win their last two, and the Bears would have to
and
lose,
the
right?
Packers win out.
Yeah.
So, kind of what's your thoughts here as we move into our final game against the Green Bay Packers at home, mind you, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that would be great to see the Packers win and the Bears lose this week, just to make sure we can put the final nail in the coffin for them in terms of not winning the division. That'd be all right.
That'd be all right with me.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think that, I'm going to assume Jordan Love is going to play just because I don't know if they want to sit him for 2 straight weeks,
Yeah,
3
yeah.
straight weeks before the playoffs. So I think he's healthy. It's concussion protocol. So I think they'd put him in if he's passing all the tests. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Um, Jacobs might be another story with the knees, but we'll see.
They got a
I
couple.
like to see
I
him go out there and
they got a
just
couple receivers banged up as well. I think so.
Watson's banged up.
Yeah, another tight end, their second tight end there went out as well. So
Okay,
I think it'll be interesting to see the moves that LaFleur makes when it comes to starting and sitting, especially in
yeah,
that game. I think obviously after this week we'll know a little bit more if they got a chance to win the division or not. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I just like to see our D continue to play at a high level,
yeah,
get after the quarterback. I'd love
absolutely.
to see Harry get his 40th career pick.
Yeah, well, you called it, man. So if he does it, man, remember the Purple Dope said two
Yeah,
more
you heard it
two
here
more picks
first.
for
I'm
Harry.
I'm gonna call Harry for one more pick. That would be
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, I think like always, Packers, Vikings, it's gonna be tight, come
yeah.
down to the end. But yeah, I'd love to see Harry with the pick, and wouldn't mind seeing a deep Will the Thrill walk off for the win.
It would be fun for to finish out the season with a
Yeah,
nice, exciting game.
yeah,
Regardless if it's the backups in there for the Packers and some backups in there for the Vikings. It would be nice to see a Nick Mullins type
yeah.
Lions game where our quarterback throws for 400 yards and it's a shootout till the end. It would
There'd be
just
a
be
few
fun to
less
see.
interceptions than
Yeah,
Nick
yeah, that's
Mullins to
true. Yeah.
throw.
But we would take the yards for Jefferson, so
Absolutely.
give or take there. So, all right, well, drop your prediction for the final game of the season: Vikings versus Packers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 23-21 Vikings.
Okay. I'm going 24-21 because I like Will the Thrill walking off. Hey, let's end the
Same.
season with a 50-yarder. Just extend that record a little bit more for our boy
And it
Will
was
the
like a
Thrill.
65-yarder.
Wouldn't that be something to
That'd
finish
be
the
great.
season with this? Let's Okay, you know what? Purple Dopers, here we go.
Let's go
He's going to
big.
finish the year breaking the NFL record, beating the Packers for the longest field goal.
Dropped a 70-yarder.
There we go. We're just going to go with that. KOC's just going to say, get out there, Will, kick it. We'll see what happens.
Doesn't matter where we get to. We got the
Exactly.
ball. Last player kicking it. It could be 80 yards. Who cares?
Last play of the game, no matter what. I like that. All
Great.
right, well, let's move into our little Purple Dopes challenge that we do every single week here. We've been talking about Jefferson as far as getting his 1,000 yards, but I want to know there's 5 guys on this list here. These are our top 5 Minnesota Vikings 1,000-yard seasons. So I want to see if you can figure out. I will give you a hint. Jefferson is on the list,
Yep.
but see if you can name the other 4 Minnesota Vikings on the top 5 list
Top
of
five.
most
I mean,
1,000-yard seasons.
Moss and Carter. That's
Okay, do you know who's number 1 for the Vikings?
probably be Carter, wouldn't it?
Carter is number 1 for the Vikings. 8
Yeah.
seasons of 1,000 yards, and then Moss was 6 seasons of 1,000 yards. Jefferson is number 3 with 5 straight seasons. Obviously, this would be 6 seasons tying Randy Moss. Can you name the last 2?
Let's see. I'm gonna go Ahmad Rashad.
Ahmad Rashad is not in the top 5.
Not on the top 5. Jake Reed.
Jake Reed is number 4 with 4 seasons. And then this last guy had 3 seasons, early 90s, mid 90s.
Diggs isn't on there?
Diggs is not on there.
And Thielen's not on there then.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anthony Carter.
Anthony Carter, number 5, 3,000-yard seasons. Look at you. Clear the board, my friend. Attaboy.
Yeah, Vikings receivers. I mean, you look through the history of the Vikings, it's tough to find another team that has the receiving core that the Vikings have just across the board.
If only we could draft quarterbacks as good as we draft wide receivers, we would be something else.
That would be key.
My goodness. I'm agreeing with you. I mean, our list of wide receivers, when you look down 1,000-yard receivers, it's crazy how many guys have hit 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, actually. And guys that they drafted as well. So,
especially doing it with subpar quarterbacks.
yeah. Yes, 100%. Yeah. So let's get him a franchise guy. JJ McCarthy, this is your time.
I think we might already have one.
We need it. JJ McCarthy, we're putting you in there. This is your time. Let's go. Get in there, play against the Packers.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you going to be at the game against the Packers?
Yeah, man, we'll be there. I got my oldest boy coming with me, and he's turning 7 tomorrow. So for the game, he gets to bring a little buddy with him. So he's gonna bring a buddy, and then his friend's dad's gonna come too. So
awesome.
yeah, we got 4 of us there, and yeah, it should be a fun time.
Okay. Well, Section 101. The Purple Dope himself,
Section 101, I'll bring a couple more shirts.
And
I'll be handing out Purple Dope shirts.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll try to get a few more listeners here.
And then the future Purple Dopers will be there in action as well. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, we got one game left, Vikings fans. We got the Packers. Always exciting, even if it's not exciting. Always exciting to get that rivalry. So always remember, friends, we skull, you skull, we all skull together. See you guys next week.
Skull.